Welcome back to MacPhee Ford. Today we're taking a look at this brand new 2023 Ford F-150 Lightning. This particular Lightning is an XLT model, and it's finished in Antimatter blue metallic. And we're going to take a quick walk around the outside of this particular truck here, then we'll hop into the interior. We'll start here with the front end. Now the Lightning is a fully electric truck. There is no gas at all. This is a fully electric vehicle, so they don't require the same cooling as a gas vehicle. So your front grille is kind of just blocked off. It's kind of more of like a fake grille, but the bottom grille here is functional, and this does provide cooling to the intercooler system for the battery and your motors. Now there is coolant that still runs through the system, so you do have an intercooler down below, but your main grille up top is more of just a blocked off material. Now there's a front view camera system just underneath of the Ford logo. Nice LED projector headlights with the LED light bar that goes across the top of the grille there, and we even have some front parking sensors as well. And there is a front trunk underneath here, which I will show you in just a moment. But we'll come around to the side here. We do have a 20-inch gray painted aluminum wheel, which is actually the same you get on both XLT and Lariat models. So you actually get the same wheel, and that is wrapped in a 275/60 all-season tire. And this is the charge port door. We actually have the exact same thing on the other side, but that one is actually a dummy. It's not really a real door. This is the one that actually opens, and is where the charge port is. So you do have your charger right here, and there's an additional connector down below for the fast charging. And then there's the status indicator, which will kind of light up as it's charging. And there is a little Easter egg there on the inside of the lid. And this does lock as well, so when the doors are locked, that charge port is also locked. We have your side mirror spotlight right there, of course your camera underneath the mirror. And the Lightnings are only offered in one configuration, which is Super Crew, so that's your full four-door with the 5.5-foot bed. So you actually can't get any other configuration other than like what you see here. And there's the Lightning logo on the back, nice little blue accent there. And we'll come around to the back end. We do have a nice LED taillight, and with the XLT model, you do not actually get the light bar that follows along through the back of the tailgate, whereas on your Lariat and Platinums, you would see that light bar that kind of goes across the top of the tailgate there. So that is one thing to point out. Nice body-colored bumper, which does feature some rear parking sensors, as well as a Class 4 hitch receiver. So you do get the 4 and 7-pin connections, and Lightnings are capable of towing up to 10,000 pounds, properly equipped on definitely a specific package, but this is a nicely equipped, very healthy towing limit. 10,000 pounds is lots and lots of weight. Rear view camera, and you can open up the tailgate, which is power operated, so it does go up and down power operated, so that's definitely nice. We've got a tailgate step right here with the tailgate work surface, and this one also has a nice factory spray and bed liner. And off to the driver's side here, on your left side, there is the 9.6 kilowatt Pro Power on board system. So if you're not familiar with this is basically a generator system, like an inverter system, and it utilizes the massive battery that comes with these trucks. So basically you have a bunch of outlets here in the bed, ranging from 240 volt 30 amp to your standard 120 volt 20 amp circuits. So you have lots and lots of power. Again, almost 10,000 watts. So you have loads and loads of power back here. Of course, you can power basically anything. In fact, you can power your house with this. There is a system that Ford has implemented, which you can actually use to power your house in case of a power outage or something like that. So this is a huge, a nice convenience feature there. There's also LED box lighting for your bed area, as well as lots of different tie-down points. But now we'll take a look into the interior of this Lightning. Now, being an XLT model, it means we do have the cloth interior. So you do get cloth, the dark slate cloth with the XLT. If you go Lariat and Platinum, does come with a leather, but of course some people may prefer cloth, and they are fully power operated. They're also both heated as well, so they're still very comfortable, nice high quality cloth material. And even on the door panel, there we do have some nice leather up on the armrest. And of course power controls for everything right there. Of course, you get lots of storage in the door. And there's a bunch of controls here. We have your headlight controls. We also have the front trunk and the rear tailgate release, as well as power adjustable pedals. We'll take a look into the interior a little bit more. We'll take a look at the key fob. This is a keyless fob, and it does feature the front trunk and the rear tailgate release, just like your buttons are over there. We do have push button start. And powering the Lightning is a electric motor. So again, it's fully electric. This one has the very desirable extended range battery. which is an option on XLT and some Lariat models, but this is a larger battery system, meaning there is more range available. There's also more towing available, so you have kind of a bunch of benefits to that. And the max range on the extended range battery like this one is 515 kilometers, and we are just shy of that. We are at about 99% capacity, and we're at 512 kilometers. Now this is based on a optimal conditions, just like a gas vehicle. It is optimal conditions. So of course, as your temperature drops, ambient temperature outside, your range will drop. But again, just like a gas vehicle, it's kind of similar idea. And that this is all-wheel drive. It's not selectable four-wheel drive. It is always on four-wheel drive. So it's definitely a nice benefit. You don't have to worry about shifting into four-wheel drive. It'll do it automatically for you. But we'll move on to the steering wheel, which is nicely leather wrapped. It's also heated, which is definitely nice for our Canadian winters here. On the steering wheel, we have the adaptive cruise control system with lane centering. There's a lot of driver assistance features that Ford includes as standard equipment on the Lightnings. But those are two you have on the steering wheel, and then you got your volume buttons right there. And then on the right side, there's controls for the center gauge cluster, which is basically just a full screen. It is very, very customizable. It's very easy to use, though. It's nice and easy to get used to. Lots of settings there, and then various different multimedia controls right there. And then in the middle, this is where we're going to find the Sync 4 12-inch display. So on your XLT model, you do get the 12-inch display. If you go Lariat and Platinum, you get the large vertical screen. Some people may prefer this, some people may prefer the other one. It's kind of just personal preference. So this is the 12-inch screen on the XLT model. But we're in audio. If we go into sources, of course you get your Sirius XM right there. You get your Bluetooth. You can hook up your phone. There's also a built-in navigation system. This comes with built-in nav, and there's also Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is actually used wirelessly, which is definitely nice. And you got various different settings in there, and also some key features. So you got drive mode selects, you've got the Pro Power on board and your bed, you've also got zone lighting, you got your towing stuff, you got trip energy, you got your charge settings, backup power. You got a whole lot of lots of settings in there, so you can kind of poke around with that. On top of the screen is where you're going to find the 360 camera system, and you can cycle through all the various different views right there. You can also turn off and on the parking sensors. And then we'll move down a little bit more. This is where you're going to find your climate control system, which is dual zone, and it also has, again, your heated seats as well as the heated steering wheel. So that's definitely a nice benefit. Rear defrost right there. Of course, you get your USB connections, and then your transmission selector. The Lightning does include the interior work surface. So we actually fold that shifter down. If I kind of put the key down a little bit, there's a little handle right here on the back of the console, which you can actually use to flip it over the other way. And now you have a nice flat surface here. You can maybe throw your lunch on here or a laptop, whatever you want. So you get a nice flat surface, and you don't see this on any other vehicle. So that's definitely a nice benefit here. And we got more outlets right here, of course. You got 120 volt, 20 amp, which is basically what you would see in your house or even more. So you got lots of power, 12 volt right there, as well as a dual glove box. Again, lots and lots of storage. And then we'll take a look into the rear seat real quick, and then we'll hop into the front trunk. So this is again your Super Cruise. This is the largest cab for the F-150, but again, it's the only cab you can get for the Lightning. So this is definitely the best choice that Ford made, though, because again, this is your largest cab. And just like the front, we have the dark slate cloth back here. And again, just like the front, so it's very, very comfortable, nice high quality cloth material. And the seats also do lift up. This one has a nice flat floor, so of course you can load your tools back here. Maybe if you have a pet, you can load your dog back here, no problem at all. There's also a rubber floor mat to go with this unit as well, so you get nice rubber floor liners for all passengers. And then of course more outlets back here. You got all the power, you got another inverter outlet, you got USB, and there's even 12 volt right up top. So again, keep everything charged up, no problem at all. And then lastly, our front trunk. So there's a button under here that we can click, and it will beep a couple times just to let you know that it is opening, but it will open right up for you. Again, you can either use the key fob, or there's a button inside. You can use it multiple ways to open it. But again, this is all just additional storage you wouldn't get in a gas vehicle. So this is all just additional storage, which is always welcomed. So first off, we have 400 liters of enclosed sealed storage. So this is of course watertight, so there's no worries about leaking. This is enclosed storage. You got 400 liters, which is a loads of room, and then also 400-pound capacity. So this is very, very strong floor. It's a nice thick kind of material, thick plastic material, very, very heavy, and it's again very strong. So you got lots of storage. Underneath, this is actually a cooler. So there's actually a built-in drain right there, and you can actually fill it with ice, put some drinks in there, and you can actually drain it out when you're done. So Ford really thought of everything in this in the Lightning. Off to the kind of left side here, there is a little mini Pro Power on board, as I like to call it. So you got a whole bunch of outlets and some USB connectors, keep everything charged up. There's also various different hooks around here, so you can maybe tie stuff down if you need to. And there's even lighting on the inside of the lid. So if you're interested in this particular 2023 Lightning, it is for sale here at MacPhee Ford. You can either give us a call or visit us at MacPheeFord.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.